to meet you, brother, and to have a dialogue with you. Our brother here, Mr. Naidu, our post, he goes and reports to the special branch. He says, you know, there is a guy here, very dangerous character in Durban. You know, he's got an office in Madras Arcade, and this fellow is running a communist cell. So they come to investigate. They come to investigate to find out whether there is such a thing. I said, look, what are you looking for here, man? What do you want? He said, no, it's one of your own men, man. He said something like this. It's one of your... So somehow they revealed to me that it was Mr. Naidu. He is the one, you know, who said that I'm running a communist cell. So when I meet him, I said, Mr. Naidu, my God. You, Naidu, my God. You go and do a thing like that? What harm did I do to you? You know, I came along, you welcomed me so nicely, a gentleman that you were. My God. You do a thing like that, Mr. Naidu? Would you do a thing like that? I said, my God. When I say my God, am I saying that you're my God? You know, I came along, you welcomed me so nicely, a gentleman that you were. My God. You do a thing like that, Mr. Naidu? Would you do a thing like that? I said, my God. When I say my God, am I saying that you're my God? Are you my God? When I say my God, what a thing to do. Don't we talk like that? My God, what a fool you are. You fool, you're my God.
The only problem was Thomas wasn't talking to John. He wasn't talking to anybody but Christ.
He was exclaiming.
Right.
It was an exclamation.
What was the purpose of
the
that?
bloody fool that I was. It's my God,
What convinced him of that?
Reach hither thy finger and behold my hand, and put your hand into my side.
And
that
actually happened. What does that prove?
That I'm the same flesh and blood.
No.
Damn fool, what are you afraid of me for?
No.
Then what?
What did he put his hand in?
Where? He is telling you, reach hither thy finger and behold my hand. That means feel it, see, and the same fellow.
And you say it proves
that he was same flesh and blood.
Why did he have to reach in his side?
Because he had been wounded on the side, which he had the news that the man was wounded.
When did that happen?
When he's supposed to have been on the cross.
Oh, but he wasn't on the cross.
Huh?
But he wasn't on the cross.
What? I don't understand.
He was not on the cross.
Then where was he?
Well, that's what you said.
I didn't say that.
You said he was supposed to be on the cross.
Right. I said he was supposed to be, because now this is your record I'm
Well,
giving.
if supposed to is not, I don't know what it means.
It means what it says. The word suppose, well, you are an English-speaking person, that's your mother tongue.
Yeah.
You ought to know better than me. When I say supposed, it means supposed.
No, it means not.
What it means is your business. I said supposed, because now whatever happened there, you see, you were talking about resurrection.
Yes, well, you made the interpretation.
That resurrection didn't take place. In the first place, the man didn't die, and he was not crucified. Because crucified means to kill by hanging or impaling on the cross. And that thing didn't happen. And for that, I said, look, your book, your reading of it, it's you are giving interpretations.
Well, whatever he put his hand into, and whatever he put his hand in the side, it convinced him to change his mind.
Change his mind.
Now, what did he say?
Because he was thinking, these people were talking, 10 disciples, they told him that we saw the Master.
Now, we come to a point.
They didn't say that we saw a ghost of the Master.
No, they saw the flesh.
Right.
Real person.
So now, this man, practical Jew,
Now, don't give interpretation.
Thomas, look, when you are talking about a ghost, he could have believed because they saw spirits going into pigs. In the Bible, you read 2,000 pigs. You remember they ran down the hill and they got drowned because spirits went into them.
Yes.
You know, fig trees dying up from its very roots. They can believe in spirits going into trees. They can believe in spirits going into pigs. But a spirit eating flesh and blood, broiled fish and honeycomb, that they couldn't believe. He couldn't believe. So he said, look, to convince me, I must do that experiment myself. I must put my finger. And he's telling you very, very clear. He said, except I put my finger into the print of the nails and put my hand into his side to feel the wound. That's my words. He said, I will not believe. What? That the same Jesus had come and eaten with them. I can't believe. So, Jesus now is trying to tell him that he is exactly what the others had said him. He said, told him, this is the same flesh and blood, same man. He said, a spirit has no flesh and bones, as you see me have. A spirit has no flesh and bones. Jesus says. He says, behold my hands and my feet, that it is I myself. I am the same fellow man. What are you afraid of me for? Because they were affrighted, Luke tells us. They were affrighted because they thought he was a spirit. So Jesus says, behold my hands and my feet, that it is I myself. I am the same fellow man. Damn fools, what are you afraid of me for? Say, handle me and see. For a spirit has no flesh and bones, as you see me have. So, if I got flesh and bones, in that case, I'm not a spirit, I'm not a ghost, I'm not a spook. I'm asking, is that what it means in your language, sir? You Englishman.
That's not what Thomas said.
I'm talking about what Jesus said. Jesus said, a spirit has no flesh and bones.
Now, your question, though, has to do with what Thomas said.
Now, this is all leading from there. You see, this is the context in which I'm giving you these references. Jesus said, a spirit has no flesh and bones. Now, this is an axiomatic truth. The Hindus believe in it. The Christians, the Jews, the atheists, the agnostic, everyone believes that if a thing is a spirit, no flesh and bones. So why should he go out of his way to tell his disciples a spirit has no flesh and bones? Because the disciples were assuming, thinking that the man was a spirit. Why were they thinking he was a spirit? Because they had heard from hearsay that the master was hanged on the cross. They had heard from hearsay that he had given up the ghost. In other words, that he had died. They had heard from hearsay that now he's dead and buried for 3 days. A man with such a reputation, he must be stinking in his grave. Because all their knowledge was from hearsay. Because Mark chapter 14 verse 50, he tells us that at the most critical juncture in the life of Jesus, all his disciples forsook him and fled. All. All. Unless this Mark is lying. He said all. You see, unless a guy is lying, even all means all in your language. I don't know what it means except one. He said all his disciples. In Afrikaans say almal. To het almal van verlaat en verslag. In Zulu he says Bamshia bonke. Babalega. Bonke. I'm asking the Christian Zulu. Bonke means bonke in your language? You Englishmen all mean all in your language?
Right now, let's come back and deal with
so,
what
so let me tell you. So because their knowledge is from hearsay, they were not eyewitnesses or hear witnesses of the happening. They assumed that the man was dead and buried for 3 days, he must be stinking in his grave. Such a man when you see, naturally you're terrified. So Jesus wants to assure them that he's not what they're thinking. They're thinking he's come back from the dead, resurrected. So he says, behold my hands and my feet, that it is I myself. Handle me and see. For a spirit, any spirit, has no flesh and bones, as you see me have. And they believed not for joy and wonder. They felt it. And wondered, what happened, man? I thought the man was dead and buried. So he said, have you here any meat? Something to eat? And they gave him a piece of broiled fish and a honeycomb. And he took it and he ate in the very sight.
What is that?
To prove what? That I am the same fellow, not alive. I'm the same fellow man. Damn fools, what are you afraid of me for? Because they are afraid because they think he's a ghost.
Now, let's come back and deal with the text. Now, we've gotten clear word, Jay, from the fact of proving either the Quran is the divine inspiration of God or the Bible. We're not even talking about that now. So we've gone clear away from that.
Right. So
neither proposition.
So if you want to
neither proposition has been
so
proved.
you posed a problem for me.
Now.
No, you had posed a problem for me.
I'm coming back to
and
this.
when I was answering,
I want to deal with this text.
You didn't give me a chance at all to hear that the Quran is the word of God. You haven't. You put me to the test and I was answering that. And then from that we got drifted up onto this.
We were talking